Hello students. So in the previous chapter, that is in the previous class, that is we were talking about the fiber to that of the fabric, and in this one students we talk that the fabric is basically it is made up of the fabrics are basically made up of a fiber. So it is the fiber only students which is responsible for making that of the fabric. Okay, so fibers, basically what happened, these fibers, they spun together to form a thread like a strand, and that thread like a strand is known as yarn. So fiber, it combines together to form yarn. And finally, this yarn, they arrange themselves and in 90 degrees to each other, and together they form a fabric. So we will say that yarn, it combines together to form fabrics. Okay, so fiber, it combines together to form yarn, and yarn, it combines together to form fabric. Now, not only this, students, fabric, you see there are a lot of different types of fabric that we know, like that of cotton fabric is there, or woolen fabric is there, silk fabric is there, synthetic fabric is there, students. So these are the different kind of a fabric that we use, and we used to wear it for the different purpose also. Okay, and these fabrics, they are made up of different fibers. Okay, so fibers are the very thin thread. How can you find the fiber, students? First of all, you will take a fabric. Okay, when you cut the fabric, you will find the threads are coming out of it. Okay, you will see the threads are there. With the help of a pin or a needle, you try to pull the thread outside. Okay, when you pull the thread outside, student, you try to pull the each and every of the thread. That is known as a yarn. So by this, students, you have understood that the fabric is basically made up of a thread, or a thread like a strand is there, that is known as yarn. Now when you take one yarn and you try to loose it with the help of your finger, with the help of your right thumb, what you will observe that this yarn also consisting of a very fine thread that is known as fiber. So it is the fiber which used to spin together, which used to spun together to form a yarn, and it is the yarn which arrange right angle to each other to form fabric. So this is what fiber to that of the fabric. Now in this, students, we also discussed that normally fibers are basically divided into two. That is natural and the synthetic fiber. Natural fibers, the fibers that we obtain from that of the nature, that is from the plants and the animals. They are known as the natural fiber. Now what are the different natural fibers, students? So you see natural fibers. So natural fibers are, students, you see cotton. So you know that cotton, we obtain cotton from the cotton plant. So we are taking this fiber from that of the plant. So we will say that it is a cotton fiber which comes in a natural fiber. Then wool is there, students. So wool, you can see that wool we obtain from that of the sheep. Okay, so you see that it is obtained from that of the animals. So wool also comes in a natural fiber. If we talk about the silk, students, so silk we obtain from the silkworm. So this will also comes in that of the natural fiber. What about the artificial fiber, students? So you see, if we talk about the artificial fibers, so artificial fibers basically man-made, which includes nylon, which includes rayon, which includes polyester, which includes polyacrylic, polyester. Okay. So these are what? These are the artificial and that of the natural fiber. Now there is some test with the help of which you are able to find the presence of a which fiber. Okay, so by which is known as a burning test also. So with the help of the burning test, students, you are able to tell the type of a fiber. Okay, now let us write it about it. So test to tell that which fiber it is. What we have to do, we have to take one fiber, we have to take one yarn of one yarn, that is one thread of the fabric, and we will take use one yarn, and one end, from the one end we will hold it, and from the other end we will take it to that of a Bunsen flame. We will burn it and see that what happened, and on that basis we can categorize, we can tell that which fiber is it. Now see here, student, the first one. So if we take a cotton fiber near to the burning candle, okay, near to the burning candle. If we take a near, what will happen? What kind of a smell will come out? It will smell like a burning paper. So we'll say that it will smell like a burning paper. Okay, so if we take a cotton fiber, it will smell like a burning paper. So if we are not knowing that which fiber it is, so when you burn it, it will smell like a burning paper, you will say that this fiber is actually the cotton fiber. Okay, so how can you determine the cotton fiber? With the help of the burning it. When it burn like a burning paper, we will say that this fiber actually it is a cotton fiber. Next one. If we hold a wool fiber, so if we hold a woolen fiber, we can say woolen fiber, woolen fiber, and take it near to the burning candle, it will smell like a burning hair. So it will burn like a burning hair, it will smell like a burning hair. So now when you take a wool fiber near that to the flame, students, you will see that you will smell that it smell like that of a burning hair. Okay. So cotton fiber, it will burn like a burning candle. This one, it burn like a burning hair. What about the silk one, students? So when you burn a silk fiber, it will burn like a charred meat. Okay, so we can write it. I am writing the third one here itself, students. There is a space, so we can write it here. If we take a silk fiber, okay, a silk fiber, and take it near to the burning candle, take it near to that of the burning candle, it will smell like a charred meat. Okay, charred meat. will burn like a chard. CHARRED. Charred wheat. Okay, so if we take a silk fiber and take it near to that of the burning candle, students, you will see that this will smell like that of a charred meat. Now, one thing is common in although the smells are different, student, which tell the specific fiber, which tell the type of a fiber involved in it. But the one thing which is very common here, that when it burns, it does not form a bead. Okay, so we can say that all of the natural fiber does not, because these all are the natural fiber, although it burn differently when you burn it. One is smell like that of a burning paper, other one is smell like that of a burning hair, then it will burn like a charred meat. So we can say all of the natural fiber, all of these natural fibers does not form a bead, does not form beads on burning. Okay, so we can say that it does not form beads on burning. Okay, but so this is about the natural fiber, that how can you test the natural fiber with the help of the smell, students. You see that the cotton fiber which we obtain from that of the plant. So here it will burn like a burning paper. When you see the woolen fiber which we obtain from that of the animals, so it will burn like a burning hair. And if you take that of the silk, students, so it will burn like that of the charred meat. Here natural fiber, students, so all are natural fibers. When you burn it, there is no formation of any kind of a bead like a structure, so we will say that no bead is formed here. Now if we talk about that of the synthetic fiber, if suppose you will take a synthetic fiber and try to burn it, what will happen? So you see, synthetic fiber. So synthetic fibers is what, students? Fiber which when carried to the burning candle, it will burn like a burning plastics. Okay, so it will burn like a burning plastics. As well as, is there any formation of a bead here, student? Yes. If you see the synthetic fiber, when you burn it, there is a formation of a beads. Okay, so we can say that when we burn the synthetic fiber, formation of beads occur. Okay, so when we burn the synthetic fiber, formation of a bead occur. Okay, so by this also, student, you can differentiate the natural and that of the synthetic fiber. Basically, this test we use to tell that whether it is a natural fiber or which type of a natural fiber, whether it is a silk or it is a cotton or it is that of the woolen. Okay, and by the burning, if it is burning like a burning plastic, then we can say that it belongs to the synthetic fiber group or it is a synthetic fiber. Okay, so this is the difference between, this is the test for the presence of a different kind of a fiber, students, natural or synthetic. So this was all about the different types of a fiber and how can we test the fiber. Now let us try to understand each and every fibers, and we will start with the fiber. We will start with that of the natural fiber, student, and that is cotton. Okay, so you see, first of all, we will try to understand about the cotton. What kind of a climate it need? What is the cotton? From where we obtain it? What kind of a plant it has, students? Okay, so the first one is the cotton. The first point that comes in a cotton, student, that cotton is a natural fiber which we obtain from that of the cotton plant. Okay, so we can say that cotton is a natural fiber. Okay, so we can say that cotton is a natural fiber. Okay, obtained from plants. Which plant? Cotton plant. Okay, so we obtain it from plant. It is also, this cotton fiber we obtain from that of the cotton plant. So we can say obtained from cotton plants. Okay, so we obtain it from that of the cotton plant. Basically, if we see that what kind of a condition is necessary for the growth of the cotton, students, so you see it need black soil and warm climate. So we can say that cotton needs black soil and warm climate. Okay, and warm climate. Okay, so it need black soil and warm climate, and on the basis of that, student, we can say that basically cotton is present. It can be grown in the state like that of the Maharashtra, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, okay, Madhya Pradesh. So these are some places, students, where the cultivation of the cotton occur and where the soil is black, and it will provide a warm climate for the proper growth of that of the cotton. Now, the fruits of the cotton plant, basically if you see the fruits, it will be as the size of the lemon, and when they mature, students, then they burst, which consisting of the seeds of the cotton, and a white, fluffy and the softy fiber is present, that we call as a cotton fiber. If you look at the field of the mature crop of the cotton plant, student, which is now ready for the cultivation, you will observe that it will appear like a snow. Okay, so we can say that the fruit of the cotton plant that is the fruit of the cotton, fruits of the cotton is of the lemon size. When they mature, they bursted, having cotton seeds covered with white, fluffy, we can say, soft fluffy fiber is there. With a white soft fluffy fiber called cotton. Okay. When you see that the cotton plant which is now ready for the cultivation, when you observe it, which is now ready for the cultivation, it appears like a snow. Okay, it appears like snow. Okay. Now, how we used to take the cotton, students? So we used to pick up the cotton with that of the cotton ball consisting of the seeds also. Okay, so we are taking the cotton balls, and this cotton balls basically consisting of the seeds also. And what we used to do, we used to remove the seed from it, and the removal of the seed from the cotton, that process is known as a ginning. Okay, so we can say it. Okay, the cotton fibers basically by the hand picking method is used to harvest, to take it. Okay, so we can write it. Cotton is picked up by hand from the cotton field cotton is picked up by hand from that of the cotton field, and this cotton balls consisting of the, you can say that it consisting of the seeds in it. Okay, so this cotton ball, it consisting of the seeds of it, and if we want the cotton fiber, what we will do, we will take it, we will remove the seeds from it. Okay, so we can say fiber can be obtained by removing the seeds from the cotton ball. Okay. Okay, so we'll take the cotton fiber, we'll remove it, and now the process of the removal of that of the cotton fiber from that of the seeds is known as a ginning. Okay, so we can write it. The removal of the cotton fiber from the seeds of the cotton is called as ginning. Sometimes the question is asked, students, that what is ginning? So you will write the removal of the cotton fiber from that of the cotton is known as ginning. Okay, seeds of the cotton. This process is known as ginning. Okay, so this process is known as a ginning. Basically, you see student that a ginning is what? That is the removal of the seeds from that of the cotton ball, that is known as a ginning. Now, if we talk about the traditional method, how the ginning was used to done in the earlier, so at that time there was no machine, so what people used to do, they used to do it with the hand. They used to remove the cotton balls, so the cotton fibers from that of the seeds. So we can say that traditionally this method of the ginning is done by the hand. But nowadays the students, a lot of machines are there. So with the help of the machines itself, we can do the process of the ginning. Okay, so we can write it. That is it. Earlier or traditionally, this method of ginning was done with the help of the hand. Okay, by hand, because at that time there was no machines available. But later on, as there is a development of the machine, ginning can be done even through that of the machine. The process will become more easy. Okay, so we can say that with the development of machines, the process of ginning becomes easy to do. Okay, the process of ginning becomes easy to do, students, as the development of that of the machine occur. Now, what is the uses of this cotton fabric, students? So you know that this cotton fiber, with the help of the fiber, students, we can form the cotton fabric. You can understand by this, that is, you see, this cotton fibers, they spun together and they forms the yarn. So we'll say this cotton fiber help in the formation of a cotton yarn. Okay, and this cotton yarn, student, finally the yarn, they combine together to form the cotton fabric. Okay, so again this will combine together to cotton fabric. So with the help of this fiber only, we are able to make the fabric. And I hope you have understood that how the formation of the cotton fiber occur. Okay, so these fibers, they spun together to form the cotton yarn, and finally right angle to each other together at right angle to each other forms the cotton fabric. Okay, now not only this, students, now what is the use of the cotton fabric, where it is used? So you know that the cotton fabric is the most comfortable. The first thing about the cotton fabric, that it used to absorb the sweat. During the summer season, we used to wear this cotton fabric, and it is very comfortable, and it absorbs the sweat, makes our body cool. Okay, so we can say during summer we used to wear cotton fabric. It is very comfortable, we can say. It is very comfortable, and it is very comfortable, and it helps in absorbing sweat. Lot of cotton fabrics are there, student. These are used for making the saris. Okay. It is used in making suit. Shirts are also made up of a cotton. Stoles are there, students. Okay. So lot of the things are there. Lot of a fabric is there, which is basically made up of a cotton. So this is all about the cotton. Okay.